Mom, you're just here, right? I just want to ask for help. Please, don't move, so your condition doesn't get worse. Laura was sobbing, and she stepped out of the house to ask for help. Asterisk, what would you do if your loved one was in critical condition, and you had no money to save them? Stay tuned to Dark Voices to find out how far Laura will go. Asterisk, their good neighbors rushed over to help as soon as they heard. In a hurry, they took her mom, Donna, to the hospital, where she was already in critical condition from a high fever and a severe lung infection. Upon arrival at the hospital, it was so crowded that you couldn't drop a needle without hitting someone in the waiting area. So many patients were there, some of them already close to losing their lives. We can't treat patients right away if you can't pay. Even any amount will do, as long as you have something to give, Laura heard a nurse say to the people there. From that moment, Laura's tears flowed even more. They had no money. Even their bus fare had been paid by the neighbor who helped them. How was she supposed to get her mom treated? Asterisk, can you imagine the desperation of choosing between your pride and your mother's life? Keep watching Dark Voices to see what shocking decision Laura makes. Asterisk. Child, just take me home. That's where I want to go, her mom whispered faintly. Mom, please don't talk like that. You're not going anywhere. I'll get you treated, Laura said, fighting back her sobs. Donna looked weak, forcing a little smile. We have no money, child. I don't want you to suffer more because of me. I'm okay with the fact that I've lived in this world for 40 years. Mom, no, we're still going to be together. Wait for me here, Mom. When I come back, I'll get you treated, she said, and then told a neighbor standing beside them to please watch her mother. The neighbor nodded. Laura hurried through the hospital hallway, not knowing what to do. She couldn't think of any other way. My God, please forgive me, she said to herself for what she was about to consider. She decided she would offer herself to a doctor if someone would agree. Because of that thought, she cried even more. She would lose her mind if she couldn't get her mom treated. Miss, are you okay? What happened? A baritone voice made Laura turn around. A handsome man stood before her. He was wearing a doctor's coat. She thought, because of his attire, it was as if he had just stepped into the hospital, looking fresh without any trace of blood from patients. Please, help me. My mom is in critical condition. Have mercy on us, she begged, nearly dropping to her knees. You don't have to beg me, Mississippi. Go to the nurse's station so they can assist your mom and get a doctor to treat her, the doctor said gently. Laura shook her head. No, they won't treat my mom if there's no payment. That's one of the hospital's rules. The doctor was surprised when she suddenly knelt before him. Please, I can't lose my mom. Help us, I'm begging you. Because she was on her knees, her blouse fell away from her chest, slightly revealing a bit of cleavage. The doctor swallowed hard, his throat suddenly dry. It was only then that he noticed how beautiful and shapely the young woman was. Oh, so what do I get in return if I help? He asked, as if not fully himself. Laura froze for a moment and then slowly raised her gaze. She saw a little hesitation in his eyes. I'll give you my body, she stammered before looking down. Lewis, the doctor, scolded himself internally. Instead of feeling pity for this young woman, he found himself excited. Maybe it was because of what he had drunk earlier. If that's the case, then let's go see your mom so we can start work quickly, he said and pulled her up. He went inside, smiling slightly, but Laura could see there was still some reluctance in his eyes. When he instructed that Laura's mom be brought in, a nurse protested. Doc, she's not yet, no worries, she's a patient I know. I'll pay for everything, Lewis said and proceeded to treat Donna. A few hours later, the doctor came out of the room, having finished the mother's treatment. How's my mom? Laura asked anxiously. She's in stable condition now. In a bit, we'll transfer her to a private room. Follow the nurse, she'll show you where to go. Go rest first. I don't want you, the woman who's exhausted, to get too tired. I'll call you later when it's time for me to collect my debt, Lewis said, then left without another word. It was as if a gentle hand had touched Laura's heart. She felt like she might be losing her mind because, instead of being frightened of what she'd promised the doctor, she felt a strange thrill. But she told herself she'd think about it later. Her mom's safety was what mattered most. Laura slept for several hours, mentally and physically exhausted. When she woke up, her mom was still asleep. She saw a nurse changing her mom's for. "Nurse, why hasn't she woken up yet?" Laura asked worriedly. "Don't worry, Mississippi. Your mom's fine. She just needs plenty of rest. The treatment she went through wasn't a joke, plus it helps her recover from the days of body pain she's endured," the nurse assured her. "Is that so?" "Thank you," Laura said softly. The nurse nodded and left the room. Laura was surprised to see fruits and food on the table, lots of it. She wondered who could have brought all that. They hadn't brought anything, and they had no money to buy that kind of food. Could it be free from the hospital? She approached it and read the note posted on it: "Finish everything here. This is for you. Your mom will wake up in a few hours, so I'll bring more for her then. I repeat, finish all of this so you'll have energy when I come to collect." That's what she read on the note. There was no name written there, but she knew who had sent it. Despite her nervousness, a spark of excitement stirred in Laura's chest. She couldn't deny how handsome and manly the doctor was, like a Hollywood actor roaming the hospital corridors. Maybe she was innocent when it came to sexual matters, but she was already 25, and perhaps this was the time for her to experience something like this. That evening, Laura decided to take a shower. Fortunately, she had brought some of her things, even though she had been crying earlier. Not long after, there was a knock on the door. Good evening," she greeted a nurse who came in. "Dr. Parker is asking for you," the nurse said coldly and entered the room. I don't know where to find him." "There's another nurse waiting for you outside who'll go with you." "I'll stay here to watch over your mom," the nurse replied, arranging Donna's pillows. Before leaving, Laura leaned over and kissed her mother's forehead. "I love you so much, Mom. I'll do everything for you," she whispered. She was about to leave the room when the nurse spoke again. "I admire what you're willing to sacrifice for your mother. I understand you. I just hope you don't end up broken by what you're about to do," the nurse said, her words heavy with meaning. Laura managed a faint smile at the nurse, then stepped out. Indeed, a fellow staff member was waiting for her. She was puzzled when she realized they were leaving the hospital building and heading to a nearby condominium. "This is as far as I'll take you. All I can say is, I hope you're sure about what you're doing. You're still very young. Don't worry about me. I can handle myself." "I'm already 25, Laura answered. Surprise flashed across the woman's face. "You look like a teenager," she remarked. Laura just smiled. When she was gone, Laura knocked on the condo door 3 times. Answering the door was Dr. Lewis Parker, shirtless, wearing only boxer shorts, his hair still wet as though he'd just finished showering. "Okay," Lewis muttered, taking a shot of some drink. But Laura was more startled when, after he swallowed the liquor, he pulled her by the nape and kissed her fiercely. She could taste the alcohol from his mouth. "Tastes better from my lips, doesn't it?" "And don't call me sir, I'm not that old," he said, then kissed her again. Because Laura didn't know how to kiss back, she just imitated his movements. "Call me Lewis," he whispered in between kisses. Laura couldn't answer, she was already intoxicated by his kisses. Soon, his hands were roaming everywhere, yet Laura didn't resist. She surrendered wholeheartedly until she gave herself completely. "Why didn't you tell me you had no experience?" Lewis asked once the heated moment was over. "So you could back out?" "No, it doesn't matter. It's already done. That's why I agreed. You thought I was already used to it, but I'm not. It's all foolishness. It's my fault," he berated himself. "Stop it, Lewis. Don't be angry with yourself. It's over, and I don't regret anything. I'm thankful you treated my mother and even gave me free food. It's all just an experience for me," Laura said. Lewis didn't answer. Instead, he pulled her into a hug, and they rested in peaceful silence. The next morning, Laura woke up early, worried about her mom. "Oh, in a rush?" Louis asked when he saw her scrambling to pick up her clothes. "My body hurts. Mom might be awake already and wonder where I am," she said. When she was dressed, she was about to leave when Louis spoke. "Wait, I don't even know your name yet." I'm Laura. Laura Anderson." Louis smiled. It suited her, he thought, that name Laura with the sensuality he had discovered last night. "Nice meeting you, Laura. I hope we'll see each other again," he said, surprised by the unusual longing he felt, as if he was missing her already. "Yeah, I hope so, but hopefully not in this kind of situation," Laura replied and walked out of his condo. When she got to the hospital, she was relieved to find her mom still asleep. The nurse didn't ask any questions and soon left. "God forgive me, but I don't regret it," Laura whispered, smiling, still carrying the scent of Louis on her skin and remembering what he'd said about wanting to see her again. She wanted that too, but she was terrified of the feeling slowly growing in her heart after just a brief time. A week passed, and Laura never saw Louis again. She and her mom were due to be discharged that day, and she was shocked to learn that they wouldn't have to pay anything. Louis had covered all the bills. "Oh, why are you standing there like a cat afraid to move, Laura? You've been looking around for a while." "Who are you looking for?" her mom asked. No one, Mom. My neck just hurts a bit, so I'm stretching it," she lied. She had actually been searching for Louis this whole time, but he never appeared. "Come on, let's go. There's probably a mountain of laundry waiting at home," Donna muttered. Laura counted to 10 before leaving, but in those 10 seconds, Louis still didn't show. Laura left the hospital feeling heavy-hearted. "Let fate decide if we'll meet again or if you'll just become a memory," she thought. Weeks passed, and something strange was happening to Laura. She wasn't clueless, she knew she was pregnant. It was confirmed when she took a pregnancy test. "My God, how did this happen?" Donna exclaimed in disbelief after Laura confessed. "How, child? You don't even have a boyfriend. I haven't heard any gossip about you, so why? How? When did this happen?" "I'm sorry, Mom, but it's all right now, right? At least we'll be 3 in the family, without a father." "Who is the father, Laura, and where is he now?" "I don't know anymore, Mom," Laura said, covering her face with her hands. "Oh, God have mercy. I didn't raise you to be so reckless, Laura. You're old enough, yes, but that doesn't justify having a baby without even knowing who the father is." "Relax, Mom, you'll get stressed again. Let's just say this baby is a blessing, right?" "I don't know, Laura," Donna sighed. Over the next few months of Laura's pregnancy, she became the talk of their neighborhood. Gossipers called her easy or immoral for apparently having a child by a man no one knew. "Listen, Laura," said Martin, her longtime suitor. "I can rescue you from this shame. I'm ready to claim that child as mine if you'll just marry me." "I'm sorry, Martin, but I can't let you do that for me. I don't need anyone to save me from shame because I'm not ashamed. My baby's father and I are just doing a long-distance relationship. That's why you never met him. Laura, he's not coming back. He already got what he wanted. He even left you a living receipt that breathes. Don't you see? I've been here for you from the beginning. I've never left you," Martin pressed on. "Stop your foolishness, Martin. Can't you see I'm not worthy of you or anyone else? I'm about to have a baby. That doesn't matter to me, Laura. I can be the father of your child. I'll love him like my own. We can live happily, have more kids." "It's not that simple, Martin. You're only saying that now because you're not the target of people's judgment. But once they start judging you, you'll regret it." "No, Laura, that's not going to happen. Stop it, Martin. You'll find someone right for you, and someday you'll thank me for not accepting your offer," Laura said, turning her back on him. "Oh, yeah, you think you're so special? You're not even that pretty, and some other guy already got you first. You should be thankful I'm trying to pick you up," Martin shouted after her. Laura's anger flared. She slapped him hard. You jerk. I was actually being nice and rejecting you. Now you have the nerve to be mad at me? So what if someone else got me first? Are you mad because it wasn't you? If I were you, I'd go back to the jungle because no one in their right mind would want you. Let's see if that other man comes back for you. Remember this, Laura, you'll crawl and beg me someday. Remember that, Martin yelled. I'd rather die, Laura shot back. She looked around and saw the onlookers watching them. What are you looking at? Are you jealous because you never got to be the first? None of you will ever stand a chance with me either, Laura told them. The onlookers scattered. Oh, so you got into a fight at the street corner? Donna said when Laura got home. Yeah, it was that jerk Martin, so rude to insult me when I was actually being gentle in my rejection, Laura complained, taking a sip of water. She wouldn't be surprised if her child came out resembling an angry bird, considering how she always seemed to be angry these days, furious at the neighborhood gossips and troublemakers. What did he say, anyway? Donna asked. He said that since someone else got me first, no one else will want me anymore because I'm pregnant, stuff like that. That jerk Martin. Let's go beat him up. Calm down, Mom, it's over, Laura said. Good thing I wasn't there. If I were, I would have pushed his face into the mud, her mom grumbled, angrier than Laura herself. Months passed, and the day of Laura's labor arrived. She decided to give birth at the same hospital where she'd met Louis, hoping she might see him again. Louis, she screamed while pushing. The other doctors were shocked to hear her call the name of their colleague, someone who had gone abroad to further his medical knowledge and position. Laura gave birth to a healthy baby boy, whom she named Louis Jr., after the father he resembled in every detail. Until the very last moment before she was discharged from the hospital, Laura secretly hoped to see Louis, but not even his shadow appeared. There you go again, looking all anxious. What are you searching for in this hospital, anyway? Donna asked, carrying the baby. Nothing, Mom. Just, wow, this place is always crowded, right? Well, sure, people get sick every day. What's on your mind? Let's go, we're done here. I'm not bringing you back to this hospital anymore. Looks like some evil spirit is trying to lure you, Donna joked. Laura had given up hope of seeing Louis again. At least she was taking home his carbon copy, their son. She wouldn't be lonely anymore. Several years passed, and Laura finished school. After giving birth, she had gone back to complete her degree in business administration. Luckily, she knew someone who owned a company, so she got a job right away. Mom, I always hear the neighbors say you're looking for my dad. Where is he, Mom? 5-year-old Louis Jr. asked with a frown. He works abroad. Don't worry, once his contract ends, he'll come back to us, okay? So that contract is more important than my birthdays from 1st to 5th? He's never been there, not even once. Maybe he doesn't love me. Laura's heart clenched at her son's words. No, baby, your dad loves you so much. That's why he's working to provide everything you want, she said, her throat tightening at her own lies. Your dad loves you. We all love you. Remember that. After that serious talk, she left her son with her mother while she went off to work. Oh, why the long face? You look like the whole world fell on your shoulders, Jude, her friend and also her boss, asked. My son is asking about his dad again. I feel guilty about all the lies. Well, where is the child's father? Jude asked curiously. I don't know, Laura replied, sighing. How can you not know? It's a long story, Jude. Let's set that aside. This is work time, not personal problem time. Wow, you sound like the boss now. But I have some advice for you. While it's still early, tell your child the truth, or you'll have a harder time if his father doesn't show up, Jude said. I will, Jude. I'm just looking for the right time when he's old enough to understand. It's tough to explain now, Laura replied. I understand, Laura. I was the same when my wife left. Good thing she felt guilty and came back, Jude said with a laugh. Laura laughed along with him. Oh, by the way, Laura, cancel all my meetings this morning, okay? Huh, why, sir? I have a friend coming. It's important. I haven't seen him in 5 years. I see, sir, no problem, Laura said, nodding. Laura, come on, we're friends. Don't be so formal, Jude complained. I'm sorry, sir, but we have to keep things professional in the office. We can be friends outside, but not in here. You're the boss, Laura answered with a smile. Jude grinned broadly. That's what I like about you and my company, so professional. I wish everyone was like that. Yes, sir, I'll head back to my desk now, Laura said. Jude had set up a separate office for her because he couldn't focus when other people worked in the same room. By midday, Laura planned to remind Jude about lunch, but she was stunned to see Louis in Jude's office. He hadn't changed much, just gotten even more handsome with an intensified aura that made him seem unreachable. Oh, you're here, Laura, Jude said when he noticed her. Laura's heart pounded as Louis turned to look at her, his eyes widening in shock. Oh, so you already know my secretary, Jude remarked. Yeah, we've met before, Louis said. At the hospital. He treated my mom, Laura quickly interjected. She noticed Louis giving her a sharp look. That's good to know. So, what do you need, Laura? It's already noon, sir. In case you forgot, I'm just here to remind you about lunch. Wow, I'm so lucky, Louis. My secretary is like my personal alarm clock. She never fails to remind me, Jude laughed. Louis just managed a faint smile, still glancing sharply in Laura's direction. I'll head back to my office, Jude, that was all Laura said, returning to her own office. She was having difficulty breathing, overwhelmed by a mixture of tension, joy, and the pounding in her chest that Louis's presence had awakened. Meanwhile, Louis, who had been clenching his jaw, couldn't concentrate on his conversation with Jude anymore. The shock of seeing Laura again was replaced by jealousy and anger. He was jealous because Jude and Laura seemed so close, and he was mad at himself for jumping to conclusions about her. Hey, are you even listening? Jude teased, snapping his fingers in front of Louis's face. Huh, what was that again? See, I knew it. You're not listening. I've been talking my mouth dry over here, Jude sighed. All right, go ahead, follow her. We'll talk later. Louis's face lit up. Are you serious? Yeah, go before you punch me for real, Jude joked. Louis left the office, scanning the hallway for Laura's office. He spotted a door close by. Without hesitation, he turned the knob. Sure enough, Laura was there, looking shocked to see him. Louis, she whispered, getting up from her chair. That's me, Laura. It's been years since we last saw each other, and just like you said back then, this time it's not in the same situation. You've changed. A lot has changed about you, he said, letting his gaze wander over her. Don't say that as if you really know me, Laura replied. I knew you in that very short time. You were vulnerable and naive. That's the only way you knew me. I was vulnerable because my mother was dying. Of course, I'd be desperate enough to do anything to get her treated, she said. Yeah, that's why you offered yourself to me, something you're now hiding from Jude, right? What game are you playing, Laura? Are you setting a trap for my friend Jude? You've really gone low, even hitting on a married man. What's your reason now? I'm sure your mother's already treated. He didn't even finish before Laura's palm slapped him hard. How dare you? Who are you to say that to me? Yes, I lowered myself back then by offering my body. I was desperate enough to give myself to a hypocrite and judgmental man, but don't worry, I won't lower myself again. I learned my lesson, Laura said through gritted teeth. Louis finally snapped out of his anger. Laura, he said, regretting everything. If you have no other business here, please leave. You're disrupting my work, doctor, she said, turning her back on him and stepping into another room. Louis was left standing there, frustrated. The moment he had been waiting for, the chance to see her again, had been ruined by his own stupidity. Why had he said those things? Was he too consumed by jealousy? What proof do I even have, he thought. He'd only heard her casual way of speaking Jude's name, seen how friendly they were, and that was enough to make him think badly of her. He shook his head. He felt like he was going crazy. He decided he would leave for now, but he promised he'd see her again. "Oh, why do your eyes look swollen, Laura?" Jude asked when he called her to his office. Nothing, sir." "Jude, it's just from staring at the computer too long," she lied, not wanting to share the real reason. I don't believe you, but fine, if that's your story, I won't pry." "I'll just wait for the day you decide to open up to me," Jude said, as if hinting he knew something. "Don't talk like I'm hiding something deep from you." "What you see is who I am, no secrets," Laura said defensively. That day, Laura worked overtime until about 7 in the evening. She was exhausted and had a hard time finding a cab. Where are all the taxis?" she muttered. She lit up when she saw headlights approaching, but as it neared, her heart sank to see it was Louis's car. Laura sighed as Louis rolled down the window. "Look, I'm sorry, Laura. I don't know why I said all those things earlier. Maybe I was just tired from traveling, and I took it out on you, accusing you of being, well, flirty or whatever." Laura stayed silent. "I know you're furious at me, and I don't know how to make it up to you, but could you please set that aside for now? Don't talk to me if you don't want to, that's fine. I just want to make sure you get home safely." Laura shrugged. "Fine, I'm easy to deal with," she said, getting in the car. They remained silent for half an hour on the road. Because Laura didn't want him to drop her right in front of her house where he might see their child, she told him to stop 3 houses away. "We're here." "I'm not going to thank you because this was your idea," she said, stepping out of the car. Her neighbors inside that house looked surprised as she went in without warning, but once Louis's car drove off, she apologized. "I'm sorry for the sudden entrance. There was a man following me, so I had to hide," Laura lied. The neighbors just nodded. "Are you sure you want to leave? He might still be there." "He's gone, but thanks for your concern." "I'll be on my way," Laura said, heading to her own home. She found her son, Louis Jr., in the living room, watching cartoons and munching on popcorn. "Hey, Mom," the boy greeted, running to her. "Where's Grandma?" "She's in the kitchen, cooking dinner for you." "Dinner for me? Didn't you guys eat yet?" "We did, Mom, but I finished your portion too." "There wasn't anything left," Louis Jr. said happily. "Wow, very good. You have such an appetite, huh? And now you're still eating popcorn even after finishing my dinner." "Mom, I think there's a dinosaur living in my tummy. How do I get rid of it?" "It'll never go away. It'll live there forever," she teased. "That's fine, Mom. At least I'm never hungry," the boy laughed. Laura ruffled his hair and went to see her mother in the kitchen. "Oh, you're home. I'm cooking your dinner. Your son finished everything." "We had no leftovers," Donna said. "Yes, he told me," Laura replied, "but it's good that he's eating well. At least he has an appetite." They fell silent. "Oh, why the long face?" her mother asked. "You look like the world is weighing on your shoulders. Any problems at work?" "Nothing, Mom, just a lot of tasks. I'm really tired. I'll go change. I'll be right back to eat." "Okay, hurry back. Food's almost ready." The next day, Laura arrived early at the office. She never ate breakfast before leaving home, so she was surprised to see breakfast and flowers on her desk. There was a note, which she read, "Jude told me you don't eat breakfast before work. That's not good. Breakfast is the most important meal, so don't forget. The flowers are to brighten your morning." At the bottom was a single letter, L, and Laura instantly knew who it was from. "How can my day brighten if it's from that rude man?" she muttered. "But, in fairness, the food smells good, and his handwriting is nice for a doctor." She chuckled at how carefully written the note was, then decided to eat the free meal. Later on, she was interrupted from her work when Jude peeked in. Sir Jude, do you need anything?" Am I supposed to remind you it's lunch? Oh, is it lunchtime? I didn't even notice. You're too busy, sir. You might one day replace yourself with me, Laura joked. Huh, you're funny. Actually, I almost forgot. There's someone waiting for you outside. Hurry, we only have a short lunch break, Jude teased, giving her a playful wink before stepping out. Someone waiting for me? Who? Laura mumbled to herself. She went out and was startled to see Louis standing there, holding flowers and chocolates. Oh, what are you doing here? I came for my peace offering. Here, flowers and chocolate, Louis said, handing them to her. You didn't have to do this. Who am I that you'd bother courting forgiveness? I know I've done something big and wrong to you, Laura. Let me make it up to you until you forgive me. Okay, I forgive you, but please don't bother me anymore, she said. Louis sighed. That's not the kind of forgiveness I want, Laura. I want the kind you give wholeheartedly. I want us to be okay. Seriously? Okay, fine, let's forget yesterday ever happened. You don't need to keep this up, Louis. Don't you have work to do? If that's the case, can I invite you to eat out? Just a quick lunch. I'll make sure you're back on time. Louis, we won't even get there before my break is over, Laura countered. Don't worry, I'll handle it. I'll ask Jude to let you take a longer lunch. I don't want you using your friendship with him just to drag me along. Do you really not want to be with me, Laura? We met again, but you keep avoiding me. It's not that. It's just, fine, I'll go. You're too dramatic, Laura said, rolling her eyes. Yes, my acting skills worked, right? Louis joked. That's not funny, Louis. Come on, time's ticking. He took her to a nearby restaurant. They chatted about what had happened in their lives over the years. I never saw you again after that night at the condo because I left for New York the next day. I was planning to write you, but I didn't want to bother you if you were still worried about your mom, Louis said. That's why, up until our last moment in the synonyms hospital, I hoped you'd appear. I thought you'd at least visit me in my mom's room, but no. I guess it was silly of me, Laura said softly. Louis noticed the hurt on her face. Did you ever think about looking for me? There were times I dropped by the hospital, half hoping I'd see you, but that's all in the past. You treated my mom, so I owed you, right? It's fully paid, Laura said. She thought she saw a flicker of hurt on Louis's face, which vanished quickly. Have you been in a relationship these past 5 years? He asked. Laura shook her head. That's good. If I hadn't been so busy expanding my knowledge in the States, I would have searched for you. But it doesn't matter now because I found you, Louis said, looking intently into her eyes. Are you implying something? Haven't you figured it out? From yesterday onward, I've been thinking I want to court you, Laura. I'm sorry for the hurtful words I said. I was carried away by my jealousy and anger. Why would you be jealous and angry? I felt you were very close to Jude. I even wondered how you got this job. Then you called him just Jude, like it was so casual. We really are friends, Jude and I, and as for me working in his company, when I graduated with a business admin degree, he offered me this job to help me and my family. I'm professional, though. It's just that sometimes I call him by his first name outside the office. I'm really sorry for saying those things. I know I can't undo them. Let's just forget it, okay? I don't mind. I know who I am. As long as I'm not doing anything wrong, I won't believe in other people's judgments. Can we start over? Forget everything in the past and begin like strangers so I can properly court you? You are a stranger to me anyway, even before. Fine, I agree. I'm pretty easy to talk to, Laura said with a small smile. A moment later, he drove her back to work, ensuring she arrived on time. She felt a strange flutter, recalling the first time they parted ways years ago, only this time there was a promise of something new. Louis hurried back to the office. The days went by quickly, and Laura and Louis's relationship was going well. Whenever he was free, Louis visited her at work. Jude had no problem with it, even though it interrupted her tasks, because Jude and Louis were good friends anyway. "There he goes again, lover boy," Jude muttered when he saw Louis approaching. "All right, I'll make myself scarce. Just make sure you manage my schedule, okay?" he said with a laugh, returning to his office. Hi, Laura greeted Louis when he got close. He kissed her on the cheek and handed her flowers. "Hey, I'm about to steal you now," he teased. "Hey, my shift's not over yet." "Don't worry, Jude's fine with it. Besides, you're the one who said you're a professional, yet here I am taking advantage," Louis quipped. "My professionalism, slowly flying out the window," Laura said. "Come on, give me a kiss." "Jude won't mind." "I got permission yesterday," Louis answered. Laura grabbed her things and went along with him. "Where are you taking me?" she asked, surprised when he covered her eyes with a blindfold. "Just follow my lead so you don't trip," he said, guiding her on foot somewhere. "I'm taking the blindfold off now, but don't open your eyes yet." "Wait for my count," he instructed, slowly removing it, and Laura kept her eyes shut. "All right, open your eyes in 3, 2, 1. The moment Laura opened them, she saw Louis holding yet another bouquet. Behind him were bright, lit-up letters that read, "Will you be my girlfriend?" Laura couldn't help getting emotional. "Yes, of course, Louis," she said, and the man automatically pulled her into a hug. "Knew it. Nobody can say no to me," he boasted confidently. "Oh, you're so full of yourself," she replied, giving him a playful tap on the shoulder. "I want to go see your place." "I want to meet your mom again," Louis said, making Laura go pale. Not right now. My mom's busy, and I don't want to surprise her. Let me talk to her first, then I'll introduce you, okay?" She was worried about the sudden reveal that her son, Louis Jr., was also his child. "That's fine with me. I can wait," Louis said, tightening his embrace. When he drove her home later, Laura asked him to drop her off again at the neighboring house. "Here's my stop." She was startled when Louis grabbed her hand. "Hey, my kiss, remember?" "What kiss?" Laura teased. "Come on, my kiss." "Fine," Laura said, leaning in closer. She was surprised when Louis kissed her passionately, so strongly that she clung to his shirt sleeve. She broke away, gasping for air. "That wasn't our deal." "Sorry, I got carried away." "I've really missed you, Laura, and if you'd allow me, well, that's not the only thing I'd do to you." "Gee, go away," Laura scolded him, though she was blushing. "In fairness, your kissing has improved." "Oh, shut up, Louis, enough already," she muttered, cheeks burning. She hopped out of the car quickly and waved goodbye. "I thought you said he wasn't allowed to drop you off," scoffed one of the neighbors who had witnessed everything. "You were making out in his car." "Nice job. Are you aiming to have another fatherless kid?" "Pardon me, but please mind your own business." "I'm not bothering any of you. I don't even step into your yard, right?" Laura replied. "Oh, so you're afraid your mom will find out about your shameless behavior," the neighbor retorted. "I don't have to explain myself to you. Who are you to me?" "Nobody. So say what you want, but I'm doing nothing wrong," Laura said and walked off. The next day, even though it was Sunday and she didn't have work, Laura's mom woke her up early. "Sweetheart, get up. I hear people talking outside. Is it true you were making out in someone's car last night?" "Who was that?" "Mom, are you really going to believe the gossip out there? They're just a bunch of bored people with nothing else to do, especially that Mrs. Lynn. She's always meddling in my life," Laura said, still half asleep. "You better make sure you're telling the truth. One child without a middle name is enough. Don't add another," her mom warned. "Yes, Mom, yes. And if I do add more kids, they'll come with a full last name, all right?" Laura teased. "Go on, get up. Louis Jr. has been dressed for hours. He said you're going out today." Laura bolted upright at that. "What? He's already up and dressed?" "He's excited, that's all. Besides, it's not that early. It's already 9, practically midday. She had no choice but to get up and get ready. As she walked around with her son, she overheard the usual gossip. Wow, that kid's definitely good looking. Must be a handsome father, even though he didn't claim the child. Lucky the boy didn't get her face. Who wants that flirty mother's face? And hopefully, the kid doesn't grow up to be as shameless as she is, they whispered. Laura rolled her eyes but decided not to pick a fight, worried that her son might hear them. Mom, when will I finally see my dad? Is there a day I'll actually meet him? Her son suddenly asked. Of course you will. Very soon, you'll meet him. I promise, Laura reassured him. Really? I'll remember that, Mom. I'm excited to see Dad, Louis Jr. said, beaming. In the following days, her relationship with Louis progressed smoothly. Her son could hardly wait to meet his father. Hey, Jude, can I borrow your employee again for an hour? Louis joked when he dropped by the office. Sure, take her. She's all yours. Where are you taking me this time? Laura asked. To the hospital. Your turn to visit me at work. I always come to your office, right? Louis answered. Laura laughed. You're inviting me, but you still came to pick me up. You're so weird. I'm just trying to save you from commuting. The hospital's pretty far from here, Louis said, opening the car door for her. By her estimate, it took about 30 minutes to travel from the office to his hospital. Come on, let's go inside, Louis said, helping her out of the car. Laura was stunned when, as soon as they entered, a woman came up to Louis, threw her arms around him, and kissed him on the lips. Laura froze in shock. I've missed you so much, babe. Ever since you got back here, you haven't called. It's tough missing you while I was back in New York, and now you're here, the woman gushed dramatically, clinging to Louis. Laura, having snapped out of her daze, pushed the woman's hand off of him. Excuse me, miss, but you're trespassing. This man is mine. He's my boyfriend, so kindly take your hands off him, Laura stated boldly. The woman's forehead creased. Babe, who is this girl? Why is she claiming you're her boyfriend? Is she crazy? Hey, don't you dare call me crazy. Who do you think you are? Laura snapped back. I'm Stacy, his fiancée. Laura felt her jaw drop at the woman's words. She turned to Louis, eyes flaring. Fiancé? You're getting married? Why is she saying you're her boyfriend? Are you messing with me? The woman insisted. Oh, you're both messed up, Laura yelled, glaring at them both. Then she said to the other woman, stay right here, and dragged Louis outside. She immediately slapped him. You jerk. Were you going to turn me into a mistress? Is that how low you think I am? You're disgusting, Louis. Laura, let me explain. What is there to explain? That you forgot you had a fiancé in New York when you courted me? That you just used me to fill whatever void your fiancé couldn't fill? What? Laura shouted, not caring if they attracted attention. Laura, no, that's not it at all. Whatever you say, one thing's true, you deceived me. You're a liar. I'll spend the rest of my life regretting that I ever trusted you, gave you my body and my heart. You're worthless. Go shack up with your fiancé. She ran off, ignoring Louis's calls, getting into a taxi. Laura clutched her own hair in frustration. Back inside, Louis confronted his ex-fiancée. Stacy, what are you thinking? We're done. Why are you still messing with me? Louis, I just gave you time to cool off here in America. You know I'm not giving you up, Stacy declared. Stop it, Stacy. I will never go back to you. I regret ever getting involved with you because of your insanity. You just ruined everything I had with the woman I love, Louis growled, grabbing her hand. Hey, you're not serious, right? You won't really hurt me. Let me go. I don't want to die. I'm not crazy, Stacy cried dramatically. Louis's grip loosened, and Stacy ran off, still yelling. His threat to operate on her brain was just an empty scare tactic, but it didn't change the fact that Laura was furious with him. The next day, Laura was about to leave her house when she spotted Louis's car parked at the neighbor's place. "Oh no," she muttered. She quickly tidied herself and stepped outside. "Hey, what are you doing over there?" she called, seeing Louis yelling at the neighbor's yard. "Laura, what are you doing there?" "Come here, I need to talk to you," Louis said, grabbing her hand. "You want another slap?" Laura snapped. "If that's what it takes to let you vent your anger, I'll take it. I wasn't honest with you, but please listen. Before I even returned to the US, Stacy and I were done. There was nothing left between us by the time I courted you, Laura." "I never lied to you," Louis insisted. "No matter how you explain it, no matter how I might forgive you, I will never come back to you." "Enough, Louis. Loving you is too exhausting," Laura said. "I just want to make you understand, Laura. I have no other intention. I only want to love you like you deserve," Louis continued. "That love has nowhere to go, Louis. If I were you, I'd just go home." "Stop bothering me," Laura said. Suddenly, her child, Louis Jr., came over. "Mom, who's that man you're talking to?" "What?" Laura blurted, realizing what she'd said. The boy ran outside, calling, "Dad," but Louis's car was already pulling away, so the child tried chasing it. "Louis Jr.!" Laura screamed, sprinting after her son. Horror overwhelmed her as a car hurtled toward him. It all happened so fast. She saw her child tumble on the road, bloodied. The car that hit him sped off. Louis Jr., wake up, baby, please," Laura cried, cradling him in her arms. "Mom, help," she shouted, and her mom, Donna, ran over. "Oh my God, what happened?" "Mom, it's Louis Jr., we have to get him to the hospital before it's too late." They scrambled to get help. Her mother flagged down neighbors, and soon they rushed the child to the hospital. Laura felt completely numb, tears streaming as she held her son. "Nurse, please hurry, my son's dying," she begged. "I'm sorry, Mom, there's no available doctor right now."